Hi, I'm Jessica, and you'll never guess what I'm making today. Hi, I'm Jessica, and today we're making brownies. In this bowl, I have 1.5 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. So to that, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder and 2 tablespoons of instant espresso powder. All the ingredients together. We want to make sure that it is incorporated so that when we add our liquid ingredients, it's all a rich chocolatey batter and there's no white streaks of flour. Now let's get our other ingredients. Alright, so now we have our remaining ingredients and we're going to add them to the batter. The reason I love this recipe is because it's easy to make, no stand mixer required, and most of the ingredients come together in one bowl. So to this, we're going to add 1/4 cup of brown sugar. It can be either light brown sugar or dark brown sugar, but the reason I like some brown sugar in there is because it adds that chewy brownie texture that I love. Now, 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. Mix that up. And again, you just want to make sure everything is incorporated before you start adding your wet ingredients. Now I've combined the ingredients and I'm going to make a little bit of a well in the center of the bowl so that all of the wet ingredients will go in the center of the bowl, and then I can whisk them and gradually incorporate the rest of the flour mixture. So we have 3 eggs, room temperature. Three-quarters of a cup of any neutral oil. It can be an extra virgin olive oil that's light in flavor, a canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever oil you prefer. Now we'll add 1/4 cup of milk. This can be non-dairy milk if you prefer, so whatever your milk of choice is. And now a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we'll combine all of these ingredients. Now that I've got my batter mostly combined, I'm going to add my chocolate chips. It's 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. And I switched to a rubber spatula, so I'm going to fold in the chocolate chips until they're evenly incorporated in the batter. Here I have a greased 8x8 baking pan, so I'm going to pour my batter into the baking pan. You can see how fudgy the batter is. It's going to be so good. Get every last bit in there. You don't want to waste any. Now that we have our batter in the pan, we're just going to smooth it out a little bit so that it's even, but it doesn't have to be perfect because we're about to add a peppermint white chocolate topping that I think you're going to love. I have some white chocolate wafers. I've added a little bit of the canola oil to it. I'm going to microwave this until it's melted. Now I have white chocolate that's completely melted. To the white chocolate, I'm going to add a little bit of peppermint extract. We'll stir this together just to combine. What I'm going to do now is add dollops of the peppermint white chocolate to the very top of the brownie batter. It does not have to be perfect. We're going to go back and swirl it to make a really pretty marble effect once we're done. Alright, so now I'm just going to take a clean knife and make some swirls in the batter. Alright, now this is going to go in a preheated 350-degree oven. It's been about 40 minutes and the brownies are out of the oven. Now we've reached what is truly the most difficult part, waiting for these brownies to cool before we cut into them. The interior of the brownie is super fudgy, and you can see where there's little melty pieces of the chocolate chips that we added. And then on top we have the white chocolate peppermint marbling, which I can smell both the fudgy and chocolateness of it, and then also I can get a whiff of like the peppermint as well. So I think it's going to be a really great combination. And full disclosure, if I weren't filming this right now, I would definitely take a bite. But for now, I'll use a fork. All right. So these are absolutely delicious. The chocolate is super fudgy and it's more of a dense brownie than like a cakey one, but it's delicious. Definitely a decadent treat. And the peppermint white chocolate on top, it's just enough peppermint. Where peppermint can tend to be a very overwhelming ingredient, especially in an extract, it's not like the toothpaste flavor. It combines so nicely with both the espresso and the chocolate, and it almost brightens it up a little bit. So you can always customize this as well if you wanted to sprinkle some crushed candy canes or make it more festive for the holiday season. I think you're really going to love this recipe.